Because Shad was that nerdy guy who we talked to in Telma's bar, and he kept talking about all the stuff from the sky and stuff. So I can only imagine that he's the one that we have to give the sky book to. Because it only makes sense. And if there are any other hints to Shad's location being here, I guess that you'd find them in Telma's bar. I mean, the big red target is on the map and everything, so I suppose we're supposed to know to come here anyway. And down into the cellar of the sanctuary we go. We haven't been here since Kakariko Twilight. That was a long time ago. Hey Shad, what's up? Oh my, calling me surprised. If it isn't UniGiant. What a coincidence. Meeting you in a place like this. How very odd. Oh, hello there. Why are you introducing yourself? We already met. I came here today to look into the Hylian legend of the sky beings called the Uga, but to think that you would appear here with such perfect timing. You are really a rather extraordinary fellow, aren't you? I found it at long last. Observe this statue. It's the same as the one from my manuscripts my dear father left for me. There are many similar statues around Hyrule, but this one seems to be different. Here, look at its belly. There's something written on there, you see? This, too, was in my father's notes. It's called skywriting, I believe. Awaken us with the word that breaks the seal. Yes, indeed, that's what it says. Wait a moment. Isn't that Hylia a friend of yours? It's simply tragic how she lost her memory. She got it back. Where have you been? Living under a rock? Oh, yeah, you have. And that rod of the heavens she mentioned. I'm sure it has something to do with the word that breaks the seal. Isn't there any way to restore her memory? Don't make me slap you. Would you take the... Do I have to lock onto you to give you the book? What's this? Ah, it's skywriting. Where in the blazes did you get this? You don't suppose this could be the word that breaks the seal? Right, let's try it out. No go, buddy. So it is not this statue. Ugh. Giant, thanks ever so. You've brought me one step closer to solving the puzzle, even though you didn't actually accomplish anything. I shall give the book back to you. Now I shall try out this word on other statues. I have made the rounds of these statues so many times that I've memorized their locations and conveniently marked them on your map for you. I already said that. Remember, every one of those marks is near an owl statue. Now, if you'll excuse me. What's going on in my backpack? Oh, it's the Dominion Rod. Conveniently ready for its only other use in the game. The writing in the book was a spell that imbued the staff with magic. Now you can do with the other statues what you did before. So, did he say he would mark your map wherever there was a statue? Then we should check out those spots, right, Giant? I suppose so. But remember this statue that I said would absolutely not be important for anything later at all? You know I lied. Now, if I recall, we can't latch onto these. Or maybe we can. I don't know why I thought we couldn't. Oh well, out of the cellar we go. And now we get to chase down those statues. Oh boy! Now, I'm not sure what item would be most helpful. Can we work from here? Yes, we can. So let's see, we now have 6 places marked on our map. One is in northern Kakariko Gorge, one is north of the Bridge of Eldin, which is actually the Bridge of Eldin. Let's see, this one's around Castletown, that one's north of the Great Bridge of Hylia, that's 4. There's one in Farron Woods, and there is one in the Gerudo Desert. I suppose as long as I'm hovering over it, I'll get the one in the Gerudo Desert first. So off we go. And I suppose it makes the most sense to get this one out of the way because I consider it one of the most annoying 6 to get. But it is pretty close to the warp point. It's not like they make us run all the way across the desert to get it. And I believe I did pass it over here when I was looking for the dayflies. Now, it may be pretty difficult for you to see at nighttime, but one of the things up above us, maybe it would make more sense to have that set up. What he was talking about, the owl statue, that's it, right above us. Just have to see if I can climb my way up one of these. Here we go. Now the point of this puzzle is to take the owl statue and start moving them around the area down here. And the point is, we want to position him in such a way that it makes jumping between platforms easier for us. So let's leave him there and see if we can make the jump. You'll notice a glowing green platform where he stood. Which reveals a character of skywriting that was missing from the book. So we just write it in, and we only have to find 5 more before we know what the word is. But each of these, in addition to the character of the missing spell, also house a treasure chest, and I'd like to show off how to get those, even though it'll be most annoying for me to actually get to them. So let's see how far away I can control this guy from without jumping off of this platform and having to reposition everything. Yeah, I don't want to jump off, because the last thing I want to do is have to reposition him between the platform we have to start on. And you're in the thing already, right? Okay, let's just turn you around then. And I already fell off. You know what? It's not worth it. It's just 100 rupees, but position him over there, jump to this platform. From this platform, position the statue over here, jump over his head, get to that treasure chest. It's 100 rupees. I'm not going to bother with it. So let's warp straight to our next destination, which I'm picking at random, almost. Let's go to... Is it easier to get to from here? Yeah, easier to warp to South Farron Woods. It's right outside where Cora was, the Lantern Dude. I think that was his name. You know, I didn't even bother to check, nor do I care. And we could call Epona here, but I don't think it's really worth the time, since we're just running over. No, we're not calling her. I have the horse call. I'm not going to bother blowing on grass if I have the horse call. It's so strange running through all of these past areas. I actually like when games do this, where you don't have to spend too much time in areas that you've already been, but they at least send you back there to remind you that they're there. Make you reflect on it, just how far you've come in a game before you reach the very end. So let's bomb this rock down. And that'll reveal to us an area that we haven't explored yet. A yellow rupee! And now we can leave. Note, the owl statue is actually hidden behind here. So I'll actually move him out of the way while I still have control of him, stick him in this little hole here. And for some reason they give you a cutscene showing that you have a way up now. Could have figured that out on my own game, but thank you for your concern. And now we have 2 characters. Now you may have noticed that that path is not one that we can pass as a human. However, we can, for the first time in a very long time, still move the statue back, despite the fact that we already moved it there. The game's going to force me to move it again. And game, if you show me the same cutscene again, I'm going to break you in half. Luckily, when you purchase a new game disc, you can still play off your same game save from the memory card you used last time. So I didn't have to play all the way through. And for those of you who don't believe me, yes, this is the same game disc. I'm not shallow enough to destroy it, just out of rage. If I was, I wouldn't be playing Mario Kart Wii anymore, would I? But behind there is another piece of heart. We're also running low on those. There aren't many of those we have left to find. So let's see, where else do we have to explore? One near Castletown is next, I suppose. The one near the Overlook where we could see the Great Bridge of Hylia. So let's head there and see what there is to do. It's pretty interesting how not only all of these statues lead you to you know, the characters underneath them when you move them, they also all give you some sort of treasure. So let's see, there are some dudes down here I'd like to destroy before we get them, just because they're annoying to deal with if we don't. Is there another one around here? There was from what I remember. Yep, hello buddy, how you doing? You're dead now. Sorry. So let's take the statue wherever he is. I think he's on the other one. Yeah, he's on the other one. Let's take him, move him down, and let's not reposition him. Let's just put him in between us and here, I guess. This one we do have to leave over there because we need him to be able to platform over. So 1, 2... There we go. It's usually best to have him facing away from you, but it's still difficult to judge just how long a jump you can make. And I think the game really cheapens out on how long it thinks you can jump. Because I'm pretty darn sure I should have been able to make the jump I tried before. Oh well. Since it's not too much trouble, I'll go grab the other treasure that we can get. It's just a little bit annoying to navigate this guy around the ruins because he can't hop over them because he's a statue and he's big and heavy and stuff. But he does move relatively quickly. So let's see, let's position you like that. That's a jump that I don't think the game will allow me to make. Are we going to get music for Dawn playing? I don't remember the last time we heard it. Treasure chest. More money. I guess it's faster to warp out of here. I'm not going all the way down to Lake Hylia. This will just get us closer to Castletown. I think it's only slightly faster. It's at least faster when I cut out the loading time. So let's transform, get Epona over here. And we'll head south towards the Great Bridge of Hylia. I love the Dawn music whenever it plays in any of these Zelda games that I play. I just have to stop and listen. Just reminds me of the beauty of the game. You run from place to place without really caring about all the scenery, all the ambiance, but whenever I hear that music, I just have to stop and listen. So let's bring the owl statue down. You can see where this is going because there are vines above it that we can latch onto with our claw shot. And when we do that, having the statue down there would give us a place to fall onto had it been in the correct position, which it wasn't, but that's my fault. Even though it really is the game's fault for not being able to give me any sort of depth perception in terms of where those vines are. But I digress. Here's our next sky character. And we only have 2 more left. Now getting this treasure chest is kinda tricky, but not really. You just have to know to move the owl statue along the wall like this and position it in such a way that you can jump to it from here and then to the treasure chest over there. So as long as I don't overshoot this jump, I should be able to navigate those jumps, and we get the treasure chest, which should be another 100 rupees. I think they're all 100 rupees. I just wish I had something to spend them on. So there are only 2 left. One is in Kakariko Gorge, and one is on the Elden Bridge.